Hello, congratulations on the purchase of your Raptor 415. My name is Russ. I'm going to do an orientation video with you today. Along with this email are a couple of links to some maintenance videos. I do encourage you to watch those as well. We're going to start with your orientation right here in the front. So you have those lights right there, blue lights and these white lights. Turn those on or off. You have a couple switches right here, docking lights. Next to that, you have your generator. Let me get this off here. So you can start this generator from inside as well. So if you need to change the oil, this petcock right here, you just turn that. It's going to drain down through the bottom, so you can put a bucket down there, drain that oil out. You have your oil filter right in here, it's right down here. You can access that from the bottom as well, so just reach up there and you can get a hold of that. There's your dipstick and oil fill. Be sure to check your oil regularly. And then you have your stop and prime and your start button. We don't have any fuel in here right now. We haven't prepped it yet. But you just hold that prime button down until the light comes on. And then hold that start button. Once it starts, just push on the stop to shut it down. And this will be tested. We have not done any prep. It's still on the lot. But by the time you get it, we'll have our prep done and this will have been running. But nice 5500 generator. Next to that, you have your propane tanks, two 30-pound tanks. Your regulator right here, this is pointing towards the tank you're using. So if this tank goes empty, just give that a turn, open your valve. You can use this tank while you fill that one. So it does not switch automatically. You do need to switch it manually. You have clips holding your doors up. Try not to break those off. Go around the side here. I believe that's everything in the front. Looks like it. So we did get a bit of snow last night. Alright, so right over here, this is where your batteries will go. Or your battery, you can have more than one if you want. That's just a vent for them. And you have step-by-step instructions for your auto level right here. So unhitching and hitching. So you can go through those step by step if you don't remember what I'm about to tell you. Because you also have your auto level in here. The best way to really learn this is just to kind of play around with it. You're not going to hurt anything. But you turn it on right there. This front button is going to raise the front jacks. If you want to retract the front jacks, hit retract. Same button. If you want to move the rear jacks, you're going to have to go through this menu until it says manual. Manual mode, enter. Now I can move the rear jacks. If I want to retract the rear jacks, so rear means all of the jacks in the back. This is a, let's see, 6-point leveling. So it's going to move all 4 back jacks on both sides. That's what the rear will do. Front only moves those front ones. And if you want to move left side rear jacks or right side rear jacks, you can move those individually as well. So you're basically going to come out, use the front button to unhook from your vehicle. Come back here and hit auto level. This is going to level itself out. This light right here will turn, or will blink green. Once it's done auto leveling, it will go to solid green again. Once it's solid green, you are leveled, you are ready to camp. And it will also say auto level success right on the screen here. And then when you're ready to go, all you have to do is push this left and right, hold them down together, and it will go to, it's the hitch height is what it is. It's going to go back to the position it was in just before you hit auto level. So left and right at the same time, and it does tell you that right here. So the rear jacks will go up and the front will go back to where it was when you unhooked your vehicle. So then you can hook up to your vehicle. Once you're hooked to your vehicle, go through this menu until it says auto retract. So once you're hooked up, auto retract, enter, and that's going to raise those front jacks up. So unhook from your vehicle using the front, Hit auto level once your vehicle's off. When you're ready to go home, hit the left and right at the same time. Hook your vehicle up and then go through the menu and hit auto retract. And that's pretty much all you have to do. But you can just kind of mess around with this. Just make sure your vehicle's out of the way when you do it in case that front goes down. Pretty easy to use, and like I said, step by step right there. Over here you have your pass-through storage. You do have a bag right there that has your vacuum hoses and attachments in there. And then a blue slinky hose here. This is a quick connect. It's going to connect right here to your outdoor shower. So you have hot and cold water there. Battery disconnect right here. So that shuts all 12 volt off to your camper. You do need to have this on to have 12 volt run through your camper, but also to charge your battery. So if you're hooked to shore power or to your vehicle, make sure that's turned on so your battery will charge. That's inputs for cable or satellite. Low point drains, so that's the lowest point in your water system. If you want to empty the water out of your lines inside, just open those valves and it will drain from the bottom. Drain right down through there. This is for winterizing. So you have winterize on. You're going to go to winterize right here. So follow the diagrams here. Hook a hose up to this. The other end of that hose goes into your antifreeze and you'll turn your water pump on. So that's what this one's for, winterizing. And there are also step-by-step instructions on all of this stuff right here. This is city fill, so that's where you're gonna full hookup camping. It's also where you're gonna fill your freshwater tank. And it just depends on the diagram, which I'll go over in just a sec. And then you have a black tank flush right here. So once you're done emptying your tanks, you can flush your black tank out. You have this valve here, normal flow, tank fill, and fill. You have water heater bypass on and off. So these are red, white, and blue. And down here it tells you which one is which. So your water heater bypass valve, this one is red. Winterized valve is white. And your tank fill valve is blue. So red, white, and blue. So you follow the diagram. So if we were going to fill your freshwater tank, that is power fill. So we're going to have the red like that. The white will be down, and the blue will be down. So it's going to be on fill. Water heater bypass is going to be on. And then your winterize is going to be off. And then you're going to hook a hose to your city fill. Turn it on, it's going to fill your freshwater tank. Once your tank is full, unhook that hose. And then you're going to do the valves for dry camping. So red will be down. White will be down, and blue will be sideways, which will be normal flow. And now I can turn my water pump on, and it will draw from my freshwater tank throughout the camper. If you're full hookup camping, red's going to be down, or this one right here, white's going to be down, and blue is going to be on normal flow, just like it is. Now I'm going to hook my hose up to city fill, and I'm going to leave my hose hooked up. I'm going to have the pressure from that hose go throughout my camper. So that's full hookup camping. And then winterize, just follow the diagrams there. Red will be on sideways. White will be sideways. And blue will be down to fill. And then you would hook your hose up to the winterize. The other end goes to your antifreeze. Turn the water pump on. It will draw that antifreeze up throughout your camper. And then your black tank flush, you'll want to have the red on, white down, so winterize off, and then the blue on normal flow. And then hook a hose up to there, and then it's going to work like an upside down sprinkler system, and your black tank's going to flush it out. But before you can use that black tank flush, you need to empty your tanks. So everything's going to empty from right down there. You get to it so you can see it better. So right there, hook up your wastewater hose to there. Then you're going to pull this black tank first. That's your toilet. Let that empty out. Then pull that gray tank. That gray dirty sinking shower water is going to help wash the black out of your hose. After you're done with that, you can come down here. You have another gray right there. But you first want to pull this black back here. So you have another black tank. Let's see if I can see it here. So black right there. Pull that tank, let that empty, then pull that gray tank right over there. Let that empty out. Now you're going to close the gray, both the grays. Leave the black tanks open and then do that black tank flush. Let that flush out a few minutes, and then you can turn the hose off, you can shut your valves, and you're good to go. So just follow the diagrams. It tells you what to do. Pretty easy. And you have all your hoses come right up through the bottom there, so you can close this door. There is your exhaust for your generator. You have your furnace vent right here. Try not to block that, and it does get very hot, so try not to put anything in front of it that could melt. You have your water heater right here, tankless water heater. You're going to turn it on. Once you get water flowing, you're going to turn it on here, and that's all you have to do out here. There is another control inside the camper where you're going to turn it on and set your temperature. So you have to have it on out here though as well. Refrigerator vents, stove vent, go back here, you have your fuel fill, so that's for your generator and that's for your auxiliary, so you can use that pump right in there. It's like a gas pump. You're going to turn it on right here, and you can see your tank level by pushing this button in. You see how full your tanks are. Right here's where you're gonna plug your cord, your 50 amp power cord to. I do highly recommend using 50 amp surge guard when you're plugged in at the parks. Help save your camper from any surges. You do have a ladder on here, so you get up there and do some maintenance. You just have to pull these pins right here, and the ladder pulls down. License plate will go down there. You do have an awning up there and a backup camera. You have legs, so if you use the party deck, put those legs down for extra support. And I have to grab the keys to open this up. You just turn the key and it unlocks your back door and it can come down, so I'll do that in just a minute. A vent right here, you have two vents, one's on the other side. So if you have gas toys in there, you can open that up, keep the fumes out. You have electric awning on this side. You have another one on that side, and then a couple outdoor speakers here, JBL speakers. Your solid steps. I'm not going to be able to raise them up or down. I'll get snow inside. But very important, you want to make sure your door is all the way open before you move these steps up or down, because this right here will catch on your screen door if it's not, and you could damage your door. But they just lift right up into the door frame itself, and then you close the door over top. You can adjust the legs. There are pins down here to adjust the legs with. Just take those pins out, move the legs where they need to go. And when you first bring these steps down or you adjust the legs, close your door very slowly, making sure your door does not hit the top of your steps. Underneath your slide, you see a white valve down there. You pull that valve, that will empty your freshwater tank. So if you use that freshwater tank, empty it from there. There's your 50 amp power cord, 25 feet long. You have a plug right here, and then right behind there is your in command. There's fuses, there's relays. If something goes wrong with your screen inside, most likely the fix is right behind that. And then another light. And then all your hydraulics are right here. So hopefully you never have to really mess with this. The only time you really have to deal with the hydraulics is if you end up with a leak. So hopefully that doesn't happen. All right, that's everything out here. I'm gonna grab the keys and we're gonna open up that back. All right, I have the keys. Put the key in there, unlocks it. Just give the door a pull. It is assisted, so it's not going to just slam down. You do have levelers on here, so you can get it level. If you want to put a toy in there, you do need to remove these pins right here and remove the cables, and then it will go to the ground. Otherwise, your party deck, you're going to have it like this. This and this. That's where you're going to hook your stairs to. Stairs are inside on the floor. You have your railing here, so just undo this. This will wheel out, and then slide it so it slides back, and you're going to line it up. I'll show you here. Line the end up with that right there. Slide it right into place. It's like that. Now I can do the same thing over here. Bring this one around. I'm going to slide this out and get it lined up down here. And then this one's going to hook right there. Alright, so you have it like that. And then we can bring this side around, hook it into place. Now we have a doorway that slides right over top. Nice and easy to do. There are your steps with a rail on them. They're going to go right there. And to release these, you're just going to push down on here and pull back, and it will release them. Put those right back up against the door. But before I do that, show you we have your screened in area here with your doors. Just slide those. There is a lock inside there to lock it. You can, there's plastic on the other side of the screen you can take off, so you just have a screened in area versus the plastic on there. This yellow rope, that's to release the locks. So if you're inside and want to open this up, you don't have to have the key. Just pull on that and it will unlock it. So you can put that door down. And then if you want to put toys in here, you're just going to make it so these are kind of out of the way on both sides. And then you can bring these out of the way by pulling on this right here. It releases. The whole door will go sideways. And that works on both sides. Just like that. So those are out of the way. And then you can move your beds, raise them up, and bring a toy in here. Or just have it opened up. If I can get it closed. There we go. This side. All right. So that is the outside. I'm going to pause it and put this deck back up, and we will head inside next.